Guys, I wanted to make this quick video about a specific topic that often comes up during my training session with my students. How to add noise to an attribute of an animation in a sequencer without having to manually create this jitter effect with a multitude of animation keys? Let me show you. For this occasion, our friend SpongeBob SquarePants invited us to his place with his friend Gary for a video game session. Isn't that great? Here, we'll take an example of a point light which will serve as a light source for the TV present here. If I were to do this manually via the details panel of our lights, the desired effect here is this. A variation in intensity that will create this dynamic and lively effect of the TV displaying the video game our friend Bob is enjoying. If we add this point light into a shot here in our sequencer 002, we'll automatically find the track on which will work, namely the intensity. Generally, we might be tempted to use the post-infinity effect via our curve editor. The problem with this method is that the final result can be somewhat repetitive and not really random, unlike a jitter effect that we desire here. Just as a reminder, setting up a post-infinity effect is quite simple and quick. You just need to add, for example, two animation keys here with two different values. The first one here with an intensity of 12, and let's say the second one here with a 50 value. Then go ahead and find the curve editor accessible through this icon here. Once open, select the intensity track and feel free to normalize your values via the path shown here. This will allow you to display your values in a normalized form between -1 and 1, thus avoiding incredibly high and unreadable curves. The last step here is to right-click on your curve and go to post-infinity here and choose, for example, the oscillate ping-pong effect. If you play your sequencer, you'll see the results which quite quickly remain somewhat repetitive. You can always adjust and move your keys and even add another one. But you'll still be left wanting. That's why I wanted to introduce you this little known but very appreciable feature called Override Float Track. Override with float purling noise. That's better. So this feature will allow us to achieve this jitter effect in just a few clicks, with a real noise without any manual setup beforehand. Indeed, if you delete your keys here on the intensity track and right-click on it, you'll directly have access to the Override with float purling noise attribute. You'll quickly see your track change its appearance to display as a curve and noise. All that's left is to adjust the settings of this one by right-clicking on the section here and focusing on purling noise channel. By modifying the frequency, amplitude, and possibly an offset, you'll quickly be able to adjust your jitter effects directly in your sequencer and in a very simple way. Watch out guys, because this attribute only concerns tracks of type float, meaning attributes with direct decimal values. The attenuation radius is another example. However, the transform of an actor are vector values, so you won't have access to override with float purling noise. Our Bob is finally fully immersed in his video game now. I hope this little animation tip helped you. Thanks for all your support and comments guys. I really appreciate it and it motivates me even more, so don't stop. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and see you next week for a new video. Bye!